Hi, everybody. Welcome to Life Stories Podcast Close to Home, where I get to highlight people doing incredible things in my area of East Texas. Today, my guest is Beth Carrier. Beth is a baker, but she also is a single mom and has started a ministry called Single Not Solo, where she bakes birthday cakes for the kids of single moms who maybe not be able to afford it. She loves what she does. She's using her gifts and talents to bless others, and I had a wonderful conversation with her. Thanks for being here.
I am super excited to talk to you, Beth. I thank you for being a guest. This is something new that I wanted to do. It is Life Stories Close to Home. So it will be all East Texas businesses or nonprofits or whatever. And I was excited to find out about what you're doing because I think it's very special. So before we talk about single, not solo, tell me about you. Who is Beth?
For sure. So, my name is Beth, obviously. I am not a native of Texas, but I've been here for 10 years now. I moved from Louisiana. I came here 10 years ago to start working with a missionary organization based out of East Texas. And so I worked there for a while. But I have a background in culinary arts. So
Oh,
I went to pastry art school several years ago, a long time ago.
wow.
And so I have always had, always leaned towards doing things like that. And I've been a single mom since 1 week after my son was born. So he'll
Oh,
be
wow.
15 in a few weeks. When he was 1 week old, I walked away from an abusive relationship
Wow.
and never went back. And
Yeah.
so we have been kind of on our own. And 10 years ago, I uprooted us from my family and my home and moved
Mm.
here. What I thought was only going to be a 5 month period turned into a 10-year period, and this place has become our home, and we've gotten
Oh.
uh, rooted well in the community here and with our church family. And now my sister's here, she just moved here this year, and so this is
Wow.
our home now. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, that's a hard story. Some of that's hard, but I love that you're settled in East Texas. I love East Texas. I mean, I've lived all over Texas. I love Texas, period, but East Texas is a special place, I feel like. So I'm glad that you're here. So, single not solo, you provide birthday cakes for kids of single moms who may not be able to afford doing that. So I understand now why that group of people is important to you because you've been a single mom. You know how hard that is. So what made you want to start doing what you're doing?
So I've had a desire for a long time. Uh, my heart has always been towards serving other people and taking the things that I know how to do and being able to use that to, I guess, bless someone else or provide for someone else. And so I know how to bake. And so how can I take a skill that I have and use it in a way that will benefit someone else? And so that's kind of how this was born. The name Single Not Solo, when I had, like, I guess, the vision for this ministry, it was never really meant to be only about cakes. That's just kind of the first thing because that's what I know how to do. And so
Yes.
it was an easy place to start with that. But the idea of single not solo, the reason there's another single parent organization that is kind of well known, and they use the word solo, and I kept
Mm,
hearing this name and thinking, I don't like that. There's something about the word solo that I don't like
mm,
because it implies that I'm alone, and I'm not alone. I'm not
right.
married, so I'm single, but I'm not alone. And so
Yeah.
I really was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm single, but I'm not solo." And there are lots of other moms around here who feel the same way, or maybe they think that they're alone and don't realize yet that they're not. And so that's kind of where the name Single Not Solo came from, and the idea was, behind it, the heart behind it is I really enjoy sharing stories. I have a lot of stories from my own life because I have been a single parent for almost 15 years, and even before that,
Wow.
there's a lot of things that I've walked through in my own life, and I really like being able to share those stories, and I wanna find other moms who need to hear those stories or have their own stories to share. And so that was kind of like the first idea of it, is that this is gonna be a safe place where single moms can encourage each other and read stories and testimonies of what other moms who've walked through have already overcome, and maybe it would be an encouragement. And so I started thinking about, well, how can I make it more practical? And that's like by meeting an immediate need. And the first thought was,
Yeah.
well, I know how to bake. And I know that me personally, I mean, maybe it's because I'm a baker, maybe it's because I'm a single mom, but I've never bought a birthday cake for my child.
Right. Right.
So maybe part of that's probably because I bake, and so I just always do it myself anyway. But the same thing for myself. I've never bought myself a birthday cake, like,
Yeah.
ever. And I don't have a husband, I don't have a family here. So I started thinking, like, okay, if I can bake a birthday cake and I can provide it for a child whose mom maybe can't afford it, or maybe just never even thought about it. So it kind of started as I was just doing them through moms that I knew, single moms that I already knew, and we began providing cakes for them, and it started as, like, just something simple, but I really didn't want them to be like a generic cake, like just
Right.
everybody off off the shelf at Brookshire's that's already made, that's not
Yeah.
personalized. I wanted something that, would be personalized to what the child likes and what flavors they like and what characters they're into right now, and it has grown, and so now my heart even more is not only for the child, but for the mom, because
Yeah.
a lot of people think about our kids, but not as many people think about the mom. All of this launched in January 2024, and in March of 2024, I was able to provide a cake for the first single mom, and she cried. And from there, it's like this was the right thing to do.
I know that's so rewarding for you. Not just a baker, but being through what you've been through. I know it's rewarding for you to be able to help somebody else. What is something that people don't think about when they think of single moms? Because if you haven't been one, I'm sure there's so many things that don't even cross your mind. But what's something that you wish maybe people would think about single moms?
Yeah, that's a hard question. I think I think maybe what I kind of already touched on a little bit is that Mm, there's organizations and there's resources and then and things that provide for our kids. Like, as a single parent myself, I've been blessed year after year with people who have um purchased Christmas presents for my kids, or well, I just have one kid, but I've had people bring groceries, or, like, there's different different times people have showed up to do something for my son or for my family. But yeah, a lot of times for me, I feel like our needs, my needs as a mom are not always as visible as the needs. And part of that's because for 15 years, it's been my role to provide for someone else. And so
Right.
as a parent, like, I feel like even not as a single parent, just as a parent in general, we always put our kids first. And
Mhm.
so sometimes if you're continually putting someone else before yourself, your own needs get a little bit neglected. And so I think for me, um, which is really a big heart behind single not solo, is for the mom to be seen.
Right. That is important. That's good. I'm glad that you shared that. I know that you have a partnership with Under the Sun Online Bakery. How did that work? How does that work?
So it's kind of funny because it's me. It's just
Oh.
about me.
With yourself.
It's just to keep things sprigid. I
I
partner with people.
gotcha. I gotcha.
It sounds funny when you say it out loud, but it makes sense on paper. So, Under the Sun is a cottage bakery that I started, more than 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Fresh out of culinary school, I
Yeah.
started that. And so the idea is single, not solo is the kind of the ministry aspect
Right.
of the this is what we do for other people and not for ourselves, versus
Exactly.
Under the Sun, that's what provides for my family.
I gotcha.
So that's the, financial aspect of my own family.
Yeah.
I've done this on the side for many years.
Yeah.
You can remember how I think I graduated culinary school in 2014, so
Oh,
it's
wow. Long time.
well, yeah, 12 years that I've done this on the side,
Yeah.
and I've worked in other bakeries, and just earlier, towards the end of 2025, I resigned from my position in a bakery so that I could switch to doing this full time from home. And part of that is because I want to be home for my family. My son is 10 soon. That means I've only got a few years left with him, and I will be there for every part of it. I don't want to.
So I know that you probably have lots of stories of kids that have been very excited, or even moms that have been very excited about cakes that you provided. Can you think of one that was very special that you might want to share about?
Yeah, well, I have one family, just the first family that I ever served, is someone that I was connected to through, a local organization here in Tyler that supports single moms, and I was a part of this organization for a while, and it got me connected to several other single moms in the area, and so that's actually where I access most of the people that I serve. I get them through this organization.
Yeah.
But, this one mom, she has 2 kiddos that live with her, and they all have March birthdays, and my son also has a March birthday, so we it kind of all connected a little bit, and, the first cakes I ever did were for her family, and so I was able to do her son, her daughter, and then herself, but she didn't know that she was gonna get a nick she didn't know she was getting my so, we kinda surprised her with that one and just showed up at her house with a cake, and
Oh,
it was
that's
just
neat.
a blessing to be able to give that to her. So every time now we've done her cakes for her whole family for 2 years now. So
Yeah.
2000 and then 2025. And every time she'll take their cake, and as soon as they're about to open the box and look at it, she'll snap a picture of their face, and she sends me a picture of their face.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
I love it. So that's
Yeah.
why it always sticks out to me because she's very intentional to show me, like, how much she appreciates. So I wanna give the option. As a single mom myself, I've always been really independent, and it's hard to ask for help, and I don't like things
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to feel like they're just having to give me something because I need them, which I'm sure there's prideful roots to that, I don't know, but I always wanna give the option, so I offer it as a pay what you can, and so I want to offer to pay for your cake, you can, and if you don't have anything, if you have $10, that's okay, we have sponsors that cover the rest, and so every now and then, we'll get a mom that wants to provide something for her cake, and every time that happens, it blesses me, not because we're receiving something from it,
Right.
but, I don't know, I just
Yeah, that is.
I don't
It's very
yeah,
special.
it just blesses my heart to see that.
And
The
let's talk
way
about that for a minute because I saw online where people can sponsor and it's is it $40?
Sponsor
Sponsor?
$40. Yes,
Yeah.
$40 covers the cost of the ingredients and the labor for
Yeah.
one cake, and so ordinarily, the cakes that I do, like regular that I regularly sell on my own, generally, I do, like, an 8-inch cake might start at $60, but the idea for this is that, um, this is this is not meant to be a thing that provides for my family, like, we're not
Right.
for that. And so, $40 covers the ingredients, and again, like, they're not getting a generic Berkshire cake. This is
Right.
personalized, and I have, an order form where they can choose from a list of flavors, a list of sizes. We offer an 8-inch cake, 8-inch round cake, or, a quarter sheet cake, or 24 cupcakes, and, okay, they can choose one of those 3 options. And then there's gonna be a space at the end where they can offer to pay what they can. Most moms choose not to pay anything at all, but we have
Yeah.
a support team that does cover every cake, whether the mom is able to give towards it or not.
That's awesome. And you also deliver them, right?
I do, I deliver
Yeah,
them.
that's a cost as well.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I think it's very special that you are doing this. How have you seen God show up through all of this? Because I know it is a ministry and you are giving and it's very special that you're using the gifts that and talents he has given you
Yes.
to bless others. So how have you seen him show up through this?
Yeah, okay. I can't tell. We would be here all day if I told her all of the stories. Like, this is how we got here in the first place, is that, I learned a long time ago that God can do more with my less, which sounds like really bad grammar. But,
No, but I know exactly what you mean.
I don't have to have a lot. All I have to do is give him what I have, and he will multiply it, and he'll multiply it to the people that we serve, but he also multiplies it back to me. So my family has been greatly provided for in ways that I can't even describe. Like right now, the day that we're recording this, I'm waiting to have a surgery, and it's going to be coming up soon. And just within the last week or so, someone has come forward and offered to cover the cost of my surgery. So
Oh
that
my
is
gosh,
like
that's amazing.
that's just that's an easy story because it's current, and that's what we're walking through right now. But it happens
Wow.
all the time that someone comes through because the kind of work that I do is not, um, I'm not bringing home a paycheck. So this is not, I'm clocking in every day and I'm getting a paycheck every 2 weeks or something like that. It's not a guaranteed, you're going to make $2,000 this month. You might make $2,000 this month. You
Right.
might make $50 the next month. So,
Yeah.
um, so it's not a constant income, but I have seen God bless it more when I'm willing to say yes to the things that he's called me to do and make sacrifices for my own family, and I have never been left with nothing. I've never been left with less than what I need.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Aside from, how he's provided and, what you're able to do, how has all of this changed you?
That's a good question. I think this has changed me as a parent for sure,
Mhm.
um, because I am raising my son to be a person who isn't seeking what's best for us, but what's best for other people. With that, the heart behind all of this is not what can I get out of it. It's what can I give
Right.
out of it, and what can someone else get out of it. Because God gives us gifts not for ourselves, but to use them for other people. And I have like a theme verse, I guess, for the bakery itself, not even from the ministry side, is um, to use your gifts for the kingdom of
Yeah.
God. And so I think that has changed me in a way of not focusing so much on the things that I want or the things that I need, and more in saying, okay, this is what I have, use me. Take what
Yeah.
I have and use me, and I don't have a lot to offer, but I wanna I I just wanna be used in whatever way I can for the glory of God and for his kingdom here on earth.
That's awesome. If there's a single mom listening right now that is feeling discouraged or feeling like she's not seen right now or she's not being heard, what is something you can tell her to bring some encouragement from your heart?
I think the thing that has helped me the most as a single parent, first is identifying the lies, because I I think the number one thing that single parents deal with is loneliness, and that's like I can't tell you the statistics, but I can 100% tell you that that's true. That even more than this, even more than um, addictions or anything else that this any other stigmas that we walk through, the thing that we struggle with the most is loneliness. And
Yeah.
so coming back to the fact that you're not alone. And someone can say that, like, if someone looked at me right now and said, "I'm not alone," honestly, I would probably just roll my eyes, and be like, "Yeah, I'm alone. Do you see a husband? I'm alone." No, it's not the same.
Right.
Just because there's someone physically standing next to me or paying my bills for me doesn't mean that I'm alone. And so
Right.
I think identifying the lie that you're not alone, and really plugging into a community and finding friends and finding a good church. Like my church is my family. When I moved here, I didn't know anybody. And so when I got plugged into my church, they became my family. And they are the ones who supported us. They are the ones who have strengthened us and encouraged us and been there through the hard times. They're the ones who are walking with me right now as I'm coming out to
Right.
this needing a surgery that was completely unexpected. Without that church family, I literally no idea where I would be.
Right.
I need people to strengthen me. I need people in my corner who are on my side. So for a single mom, that is a hard thing because a lot of us are very independent, especially the longer that you do this, the easier it is to do it alone, which
Yeah.
sounds kind of weird, but But the longer you do it, the harder it is to ask for help, or the harder it is to get out of your comfort zone because you're busy. Like, we're busy all the time.
Yeah.
And so I think just taking the time to commit to a friend group, like going out with friends or getting into a small group or something with your church and finding people, even if they're in a different season of life. They don't have to be single moms, they don't have to be moms, but find women who are older than you, find women who are more experienced or stronger in their walk with Christ, and just be around those people. And those people will strengthen you and remind you of the lies of the enemy and remind you that you're not walking through it alone, and that God is a provider and He is a father and He is all of the things that He says He is.
Yeah, that's so good. And I know that will be encouraging to somebody. If I'm going through something hard, I want to talk to somebody that's already been there and done it
Yeah.
and is out on the other side. And so the fact that you're doing what you're doing now after the life that you lived, I know that's gonna help somebody that's listening. So is there anything I have not asked you about that you want to mention before we go?
I am working on, like, right now, um, it's very in the very beginning stages. I am working on an actual Facebook page for Single Not Solo for anyone
Awesome.
like to connect, whether it be a mom who is maybe a mom that sees this and is interested in how she can get involved with receiving a cake, either for herself or her kids, or for people who may be interested in sponsoring those cakes as well. So I have the page right now and has no content on it because I just started it. But we will have a Facebook page now for and it's just Single Not Solo Ministry.
I was going to ask about how people can contact you if they want to sponsor a cake or if they want to sign up for one. How do they get in touch with you?
Yes, so the easiest way to do that is Single Not Solo Ministry, all one word, at gmail.com. And so
Okay.
that's my email address. And then I also will have now the Facebook page that it's already active right now.
Okay.
So it's again single not solo. There's a comma between single comma not solo ministry on
Okay.
Facebook, or Single Not Solo, all one word, at gmail.com. For email is the easiest way to reach out.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make sure I have that information for people so that they know how to find you and can reach out if they want to do this. I love what you're doing. I think it's very special and I think it is very important. So thank you for talking to me today. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Alrighty. I'll be in touch soon. Okay. Bye bye.